Good morning, this is Jeff with Sewer Tech Northwest. Today we're at property address 615 Southeast 32nd Avenue here in Hillsboro. We're located at the front of the home here. We're just to the left of the doorway. We have a 3-inch ABS cleanout as our point of access. Insert the camera and check the overall condition and serviceability of the sanitary sewer line. Currently have water running, and we're going to zero out the foot counter here at the bottom of the cleanout. All those little dangly items up there at the top of the pipe, those are just cobwebs. Those are not roots coming in. We've got a Y coming in here on the left side of the sewer line. Which we might see a transition here to a different pipe material in just a second. In which case that Y, yeah, there it is right there. I think that's a test Y coming in. We'll locate it here at the end just to verify that. Got a little standing water, a little buildup there, so we're going to take a closer look at this spot as we come out. It looks like we're in PVC pipe almost for just a moment, and then into cast iron. Now to concrete pipe. This appears to be 6-inch in diameter here as best I can tell. And then there's the main at 65 feet. And we're going to let the whole line drain out here for a few minutes while we go locate the terminus. I'll have a much better look at everything as we come back. Alright, located the camera head successfully. The line terminates at the main out here on Southeast 32nd Avenue. We're going to start rolling back here. We still have a little water trickling through the line. But the cleanout's totally drained out at this point, so that water should trickle off here in just a moment. Just a small amount of concrete pipe there. The main is only about 3 feet off the street curb, which is ideal. Concrete often is especially the older pipe materials, the stuff that wears out probably faster than any of them. It's nice to only have a little bit of it. So we had a little bit of standing water here back at the transition, right around where the ABS switched over to, I think it was PVC and then cast iron. We should have a better view now of all that. This home doesn't even look old enough to have cast iron pipe. So yeah, you can see now it's white PVC pipe there. Now the pipe's drained out. And everything I'm seeing at the transition joint, all that stringy junk hanging up from the top of the pipe there where the PVC switches to cast iron, all of that just looks like a whole bunch of cobwebs. And you've got a short belly here. It dissipates out right here at the transition. We'll call it about 51 feet. And we've got just about an inch of standing water there. It's a very short-lived belly. It's not a long one. In total here, it starts at about 47 feet. It's somewhere between 3 and 4 feet long. Not a long belly. And has about an inch of standing water. I don't even start considering repairs on bellies, especially in smooth plastic pipe like this, until there's at least an inch of water for around 5 to 10 feet. But I've also got to see major buildup in the area that shows me it's actually causing flow problems. In this circumstance, we have no buildup in the area. It's also quite a ways out from the house, the further out a belly gets from the home, the least likely it is to actually cause a problem. So I'm going to locate this right here. I believe this is a test Y connection coming in. Party lines in this part of town are kind of unusual. I don't know if I've ever seen one in Hillsboro in general. And I just located that area. I can't necessarily put paint down on it. It's within the hedgerow at the very front of the property, the hedges that divide the front yard from the sidewalk area. So I'll notate it on the report. You've got a Y coming in here at about 46 feet. My guess, though, is it's either a storm system connection, which would be a little unusual for this house given its age. At least it looks new. It might be deceiving, because you've got cast iron in the line, which you don't really see that past around 1978, 1980 is when they started switching over to plastic, by and large. So it more than likely is a test Y connection, which is a diagnostic tool used when the line has just been installed. It's hard to say, and I think the line here, it's a hard one because we're at a hard dive. It almost looks like changing diameter here to 4-inch, but it's hard. It's really hard to tell there. See, then we have a Y coming in here, so that's makes that Y connection a little bit more unusual. You've got a Y here, and then a second Y connection at 46 feet. So I would contact the city and look into that. Yeah, I think just before that Y there, I am going to write 4-inch down, because visually it looks like the line changes diameter there. I'll try and put some kind of marking that points to this area. It's within the... and see, we still have water. Sorry, I'm just trying to make sure we still have something trickling out of this house. You can see there's water flow there. I want to make sure that water flow was or wasn't coming out of that Y. It almost looks like it is. It looks like there's two different pathways of water there. It would appear that water is coming out of that Y connection. When I get right up close to it, that water looks like it's coming down off the sidewall. But when you look at the bottom left-hand corner of the screen, or if that water were to be coming from behind us, it doesn't appear to be. I don't see any water running over that kind of tannish stuff there in the front left corner, or the bottom left-hand corner of the screen. If I pull back here, you'll see that. So that does appear to be some kind of party line connection. So I would definitely look into that. I would contact the city. I'll do my best to mark this area. It's basically just going to be an arrow pointing into the bushes, but that's just for reference purposes to try and figure out what this is here and whether or not it's conforming. And I was able to get a little better locate on the front yard side, or if I locate on the front yard side of these hedges here, it looks like it's about a foot up into the hedges. So I've put a Y marking again on the front yard side of the hedges, pointing into there. But that looks like two different streams of water to me, because everything on the left side of the screen right now has no water running through it. When I get right up close to that, there is water very clearly coming down from that Y connection. And then we have another test Y. That's what originally made me go back into there. I'm glad we did. Because you have another Y here. This looks more like a traditional test Y. So, and outside Multnomah County, most cities aren't that stringent on party lines, but a lot of them are starting to outlaw party lines. So it's something I would highly recommend looking into and making sure that it's conforming and permitted to be that way. I don't see that very often in Hillsboro. It's a little unusual to see that here. I mean, feasibly could be a storm drain tie-in, although it's tying in way out almost to the sidewalk. It's kind of unusual for a storm drain. It's just the era this house is built, you don't see storm connections tying into sewers very often. They usually have their own dedicated line. Well, that older cast iron stuff there makes me think that there may have been an older property here, or older home here at one point that was knocked flat and something built in this place. That or this home is just very deceiving looking and looks newer than it is. got a little bit of debris in the flow line here. My camera has chewed that stuff up. Almost all of that's going to slough off the pipe as soon as you do a couple toilet flushes. There's no need for drain cleaning here. All right, we're going to go ahead and roll the camera out of the line. We have good flow all the way out to the main lateral connection. Again, the belly there from 47 feet to 51 feet is too minor, in my opinion, to need repairs. It's also very far out from the house and shows no evidence of flow problems. And I forgot to delve further into that. When your belly is that far out, you've got to fill up 50 feet of pipe at minimum before you're even back to the foundation wall. In doing so, that creates a lot of head pressure. That water building up behind the blockage often shoves it right on through. So if that belly were right up next to the foundation, I would be a little bit more apt to recommend repairs on it, but there's no buildup there. It's a small minor belly to begin with, so no repairs are needed there in my opinion. We do have good flow to the main lateral. All the pipe we have scoped here today all appears to be in good condition and intact. The biggest concern I have is checking into that what appears to be an active party line at 46 feet out. We had caught water flowing out of it on camera, so I would check with the city and find out if that is a conforming or allowed sewer design there and permitted to be that way. But as for functionality, the line is functioning properly at this time.